One of the ways I made my media products use conventions of real media products was firstly by researching the codes and conventions of the horror genre. In my research of the codes and conventions of the horror genre, I found that it was represented by narrative enigmas such as the use of shadows and the use of backgrounds and jump cuts, the use of establishing shots in the mise en scène, and the use of quick close-up match cuts of an antagonist or the protagonists. Furthermore, I also found in my research that the use of Todorow's equilibrium, first of all, was quite conventional, as I had to first establish an equilibrium, so the start of my trailer, the problem, then the disequilibrium, where the dilemma would arise. But a difference that I found in the trailer was that a trailer conventionally in the horror genre usually presents the equilibrium, then the disequilibrium, and then the problems, the dilemma that tries to be solved usually ends in quick, fast-paced action as opposed to telling the whole story. In my trailer, I tried to incorporate the similarities of the codes and conventions of the horror genre. For example, I used a mask for my antagonist in my horror trailer, and I found this inspiration from the use of masks from iconic representation of horror figures such as Jason Voorhees or Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series and the Friday the 13th film saga. Furthermore, when researching the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 trailer, I found there were certain shots where Freddy Krueger, the main antagonist, would have a shot of his hand as he's moving his fingers past a pole, past a support pole in a corridor. I incorporated this similarity to my trailer by having my antagonist, Faye Coker, walk up the stairs slowly with a knife in his hand. Furthermore, I tried to use slow pace, slow take editing and jump cuts in my post-production when editing to make the climate of tension build and to create a climate of fear for the audience. By using all these conventions, I would make sure that in terms of the users and gratifications theory of subsection theory of personal relationships, people could relate actively as well as passively to the enigmas, the classic enigmas in a horror trailer. The mask, for example, the cuts showing shadows of the protagonist and over the shoulder shots of people turning around to see what's going on. This would create more tension, and this is familiar to an audience seeing it. Henceforth, why I try to use these features to incorporate this audience theory of users and gratifications, personal relationships.